Have you ever wondered how the strategic movements of a single warship can escalate global tensions? Today we delve into the recent deployment of Iran's Alborz warship into the Red Sea. This significant move comes amidst a backdrop of heightened activity from Houthi rebels in the region, further stirring the pot of international unease. The Alborz warship didn't just enter any body of water, it entered the Red Sea through the strategic Bab el-Mandeb Strait. This is no ordinary strait. It's a critical gateway that connects the Red Sea with the Gulf of Aden in the Indian Ocean. A significant amount of the world's trade passes through here, and any disruption could have far-reaching implications. The Red Sea isn't just a crucial trade route, it's also a hotspot of geopolitical tensions. It's been the theater of repeated missile and drone attacks against Israel from Houthi rebels in Yemen. These attacks have also targeted merchant shipping, threatening the safety and security of this critical international waterway. Why has the Alborz warship been deployed here? The semi-official Tasnim news agency didn't provide specific reasons, but it's worth noting that Iranian military vessels have operated in the area since 2009. Their stated purposes range from securing shipping lanes to repelling pirates. But the timing of this deployment, in the midst of increased Houthi activities, raises questions. The Alborz isn't just any warship, it's a destroyer with a history. In 2021, it repulsed a pirate attack against 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Aden. And in 2015, it was one of 2 Iranian warships sent to the strait to ensure the safety of commercial ships in what was seen at the time as a sign of tensions with Saudi Arabia. As the Alborz destroyer sails through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, the world watches, anxiously anticipating the unfolding drama. The Red Sea has become a battlefield of invisible warriors, drones and missiles. Over the past few months, it has been the backdrop to a series of attacks from Houthi rebels in Yemen. This Iran-backed group has been relentless, firing missiles and drones towards a seemingly unlikely target: Israel. But why Israel, you might ask? The answer lies in the ongoing Israel-Hamas war, which has created a ripple effect across the Middle East, stirring up existing tensions. These attacks aren't just aimed at Israel, though. Merchant shipping routes in the Red Sea, a critical international waterway, have also been targeted. It has escalated to a point where commercial vessels are under constant threat, and the U.S. Navy has had to step in to defend these ships. Just recently, U.S. Navy helicopters from the USS Eisenhower Carrier Strike Group took action against Houthi rebels trying to board a Maersk cargo ship off Yemen. This incident ended with 10 Houthi fighters reported dead or missing, but it doesn't stop there. In November, another U.S. Navy destroyer shot down multiple Houthi weapons, and just last month, a French naval frigate, the Languedoc, intercepted and destroyed 2 drones fired by the Houthis from the port city of Hodeidah in Yemen. Even as we speak, the Red Sea is seeing an increase in drone and missile interceptions due to the ongoing conflict. The U.S. has been proactive in its defensive actions, launching Operation Prosperity Guardian, an international naval coalition to safeguard shipping in the region. However, despite these measures, the attacks continue, each one escalating the tension a notch higher. The Red Sea, once a peaceful trade route, now witnesses an invisible war in its skies. Amidst all this, the Alborz destroyer, an Iranian warship, has entered the Red Sea, adding another layer to an already complex situation. What does this mean for the future of the Red Sea and the ongoing conflict? Only time will tell. Despite the current tensions, Iranian military vessels have been no strangers to the Red Sea. This region has seen a steady presence of Iran's naval fleet since 2009, a fact that has played a significant role in the unfolding dynamics of the area. The deployment of Iranian military vessels in the Red Sea was initially stated to be for securing shipping lanes and repelling pirates. In fact, the semi-official Tasnim news agency has reported that Iran's naval fleet has been operating in the area with these objectives since 2009. Iran's Alborz warship in particular has been a notable figure in these operations. The Alborz has a history of active involvement in the region. As early as 2015, it was one of 2 Iranian warships sent to the strait to ensure the safety of commercial ships. This mission was seen as a sign of the escalating tensions with Saudi Arabia at the time. More recently, in 2021, the Alborz successfully repulsed a pirate attack against 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Aden. This incident was a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in these waters and the role Iran has taken upon itself to mitigate these threats. However, the international community has been skeptical of Iran's stated intentions. The ongoing conflict in the region, including missile and drone attacks by Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels, has raised questions about the true purpose of Iran's naval presence in the Red Sea. There's a growing concern that the security and anti-piracy narrative may be a cover for Iran to extend its influence in the region. This suspicion is fueled by the increasing tensions and the backdrop of the Israel-Hamas war, which has seen a surge in attacks on merchant shipping in the critical international waterway. Despite Iran's claims that its naval presence is for security and anti-piracy, the international community remains skeptical. As the situation continues to evolve, the world watches with bated breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution to the escalating tensions. As the situation escalates, the world responds with a show of unified force. The Red Sea, a strategic waterway responsible for 12% of global trade, has become a chessboard for nations as tensions rise. In early December, following a series of missile and drone attacks by Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels, the United States took decisive action. The establishment of a multinational naval task force was not just a response, it was a clear message to all parties involved. This task force, aimed at safeguarding merchant shipping in the waterway, represents a concerted effort by nations to deter further violence and maintain the free movement of goods. Shipping companies had previously suspended passages through the area due to the attacks, underscoring the urgency of the situation. But the task force wasn't formed in isolation. It's part of a larger narrative of escalating regional tensions, notably marked by the start of the Israel-Hamas war in October. The conflict, coupled with the Houthi attacks, has significantly heightened the stakes in the region, putting the spotlight firmly on the Red Sea. And it's not just the United States stepping up. Britain, too, has voiced its readiness to take direct action against the Houthis to protect the freedom of navigation in the Red Sea. A stern conversation between British Foreign Secretary David Cameron and his Iranian counterpart Hossein Amir Abdollahian underscores the seriousness of the situation. The message was clear: Iran shares responsibility for preventing these attacks, highlighting Tehran's long-standing support for the Houthis. The Red Sea, a vital artery for global trade, is now a global focal point of military strategy and diplomacy. The multinational naval task force, the regional tensions, the Israel-Hamas war, they're all pieces of a complex puzzle that the world is trying to solve. With the formation of this multinational force, the Red Sea has become a global focal point of military strategy and diplomacy. While Iran denies involvement, their history in the region tells a different tale. The Islamic Republic of Iran has consistently maintained that the Houthi rebels in Yemen operate independently, dismissing allegations of their direct involvement in the recent spate of attacks on Israel and merchant shipping. Yet a closer look at their past actions in the region suggests a more intricate narrative. The Alborz, Iran's warship now patrolling the Red Sea, has had its fair share of action. In 2021, it successfully repelled a pirate attack on 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Aden, showcasing Iran's commitment to safeguarding maritime trade routes. This wasn't the Alborz's first mission in these waters. In 2015, it was one of 2 Iranian warships deployed to the strait to ensure the safety of commercial ships, a move that was interpreted as a sign of escalating tensions with Saudi Arabia at the time. Moreover, Iran's military presence in the Red Sea is not a recent development. Since 2009, Iranian naval vessels have been operating in the area with stated objectives to secure shipping lanes and deter piracy. This long-standing presence demonstrates Iran's vested interest in this strategically crucial waterway and its surrounding regions. The denial of involvement in the Houthi attacks, coupled with a history of military presence and action, reveals Iran's complex role in the Red Sea. It's a delicate balancing act, maintaining a stance of non-interference while simultaneously asserting influence through a visible military presence. Despite Iran's denial, their continued military presence in the Red Sea paints a complex picture of international politics and strategic maneuvering. The Red Sea remains a stage where geopolitical dramas unfold, with nations like Iran playing pivotal roles in shaping the narrative.